good. What time is it? Good afternoon.
I didn't even know it was the afternoon.
Listen, it's one big long day, Lisa.
The whole week feels like one big long day.
Life is one big long day. I'm 40. I don't even know how that happened, and it's Friday now, and might as well be Tuesday.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday. You made it to the end of another glorious week. We are in March 2022, and it's Fired Up Live, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome. If you're here, let us know in the comments. If you're joining me on the replay, welcome. And we're going to talk some business stuff. We're going to talk some FedCon stuff. We're getting that momentum. We're ramping up. Lisa, how many days you say we're left until the 52 days until we congregate at the Omni Monte Lucia in Scottsdale, April 25th to 27th. We are going to be in the building with lots of amazing companies, lots of amazing people. We are going to be in the building with Broster and Americooler and Kason and Hashizaki and Aquant and Origo and Windy City Equipment, Partstown, and Repairs. So many more other people. Taz and some of the Walmart team are going to be there. Josh Solon, of course, bringing Windy City Equipment. Blue is the new white. My God.
There's a DeLorean at the opening.
We got the DeLorean. We got inspiring keynotes, man. If you're not paying attention and you don't know what's going on, we got the links going across here. Get to fedcon.com. Check it out. Ask us anything. What do we got?
Ben Cologne says, Happy Friday.
Ben Cologne, Annie, and the PKI group will be in attendance. So we have industry leaders coming out, and it's a melting pot. There's people from various industries coming together. So we got panels, we got inspired keynotes, we got Mark Schulman, Ryan McCarty, Ed Stulak, Josh Zolan. I'll be up on stage. I don't know why, but I'll be there. You know, it's going to be, Nick Cribb. Nick Cribb is going to be in the building.
Yes.
Come on. I mean, we're going to inspire the next generation. We're going to show them who we are. We're going to create massive amounts of content that we're going to pump out for months and years to come after that. And it's going to be the next, honestly, I think this is going to catapult us into Fed membership, into master classes, into masterminds, into virtual events, into all kinds of things that are going to be coming down the pike. So get excited with us. Go get your tickets. Be in the room. Don't be left out. This is the ground floor, baby.
Oh, yeah. And I was telling Rich, I've been researching for the Beyond FedCon, doing the virtual events through VR, because there have already been many companies doing hiring and recruiting through VR, and they're hanging out. They have actual booths. It's really cool.
Get ready. We're bringing it.
I'm definitely excited to start researching that and bringing it to Food Equipment.
We are going to bring you into the metaverse.
Hopefully. I would love to do that.
It's going to happen.
The Fed Group can be the catalyst to help our industry get into the metaverse. I'm all for that.
We're gonna do it. It's gonna happen. We don't just say things, we do things. We execute over here. In case you haven't noticed, we're all about execution. Gary Vee, I've seen him many times. Ideas are shit. Execution is the game. That is what we do. Everyone's got ideas. We all probably have a lot of the same ones. It's what we do with those that matter.
Yep.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about some things in this book today. If you're here, you got questions, you got comments, please jump in. Even if you're watching on the replay, that's okay. You can still jump in. We can still respond. We can still chat. So with that said, Lisa, did we clickbait him, you think?
I think so.
We got him? We're clickbaiting him?
I think we did.
To make room for failure?
Make room for failure. What are we failing at here?
Everything. And that's okay.
That's okay.
It is. And, again, I'm taking excerpts from this book. I don't want to make it look like it's all me here. But what we're doing is we're kind of giving our thoughts on the information in this book, Vitamin B, which was given to me by George. Thank you very much. I do actually really enjoying this day by day. Make room for failure, Lisa. I got to tell you, I come from a long line of failures.
Yeah. I feel like same here. I feel like I come from a long line of family failures in terms of people having these ideas that just they don't, I guess, go after or execute, like you were saying before. And
Hey.
leads to imposter syndrome
I think
for us.
I feel like I have imposter syndrome for
'Cause you're
sure.
just like trying and trying, and you never feel like you're good enough. But
That's the
that's
truth.
a whole other conversation.
That is a whole other conversation, and we should talk. I've talked once or twice about it. I think maybe once at least about imposter syndrome. It's very real, by the way. It's very real. But anyway, we'll talk about that another day. Let's put that on the list. Make room for failure. So being held accountable is a gift. I actually do agree with that statement, because how can we grow if we're not accountable? You know, so an opportunity to shine as an individual while contributing to a larger effort. Unfortunately, as a business coach, this gentleman has seen many leaders who make accountability a negative proposition that can result in team members who are tentative, are afraid to fail, and don't bring their best ideas and energy to work. Henry Ford, one of America's greatest entrepreneurs, said, and I quote, "Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently." We'll stop there.
See, that's I think the school that I fall into is just being so afraid to fail
Yeah.
that I become so hard on myself. Or like previously,
Yeah.
I had leaders and organizations that I guess I admired so much that I just felt like if I failed, they'll look at me differently, or like I'll feel really bad about it and they won't trust me again. So I always aimed to never fail.
Yeah.
But that's very difficult to do.
Well, I always say, if I fail, if I succeed, at least I still have my dignity.
That almost rhymed.
Because the greatest love of all is happening to me.
What the heck are you quoting?
That's who sings that? What is that? If I fail, if I succeed, at least I still have my dignity. Because the greatest love of all. Is that Whitney Houston?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
We have to look that up. Oh.
Now everybody just caught you singing.
It's okay. It's quite all right. You could catch me singing.
You may have failed.
I may have.
I think you failed.
It's okay. So, but listen, that is I think the key thing with failure. Like you get to, you come back with knowledge now. Talking about like the acquisition. There's things that I now have inside me that I've learned, that I know, that if there's when the next acquisition comes about, I know what to do. I know, more importantly, what not to do. And there'll still be bumps in the road, right? There'll still be things that I might screw up or do incorrectly, whatever it might be. There still might be failure, but I'm not going to make the same mistakes that I made this go around. And these weren't like major mistakes, like, oh my God, this is, we're crumbling, but they're just little things that slow you down. They back you up. There's a lot of hard decisions, a lot of different things, so there's a lot of things, going into it. That's like, hey, who knows? We're talking about it up there yesterday, because we're redesigning the way things are working with Service Masters and Malachi right now. And, truth be told, I have no idea where this thing is headed right now. Yeah. And not in like a sense of like, I'm completely like, where am I? What is happening? There's different variables, a lot of balls in the air, and we're trying to, like, we're doing this. So we're going to do this. We're going to move this here. We're going to try this. So we have all these options, all these different things, but we're sitting down with the team and we're going to figure all that out. So listen, failure is that opportunity to come back with a vengeance.
For some reason, I can't stop. I'm just thinking about Elon Musk and SpaceX and how he probably, like, how many rocket launches has he failed at, and he's still going at it, trying to, I don't know, do all these insane things in space.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you need people that are willing to take those risks in life. Where would we be if people didn't take risks? There would be, like, literally, there might not be. I mean, listen, there wouldn't be Facebook. There wouldn't be so many things, right? There wouldn't be the phone. Look at Steve Jobs. Look at all these different things. Like, we wouldn't have this stuff if people weren't willing to take risks.
Even Facebook has failed multiple times.
Oh yeah.
Facebook has failed so many times. Think about how many angry people there have been with Facebook, but we still use it, and there are so many aspects of Facebook that are continuously growing with everything, metaverse and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, it's going to keep evolving. Things are going to keep evolving because, these people they have that that thing, like it's that entrepreneurial spirit, right? It's my father would call it the fire in the belly. You know, there's people out there that have that. You need people to have that, so this world can continue to grow and change and evolve. It's good, and it's going to happen whether you want it to or not, right? Change. We talked about change is inevitable, growth is optional. You want to stay where you are and not move and just be with your horse blinders on. That's cool. That's for you. But for us, I don't think we want that. You know, our community that we have, the Fed Nation, the Fed group, these people, these men and women, they want change. They want more. They're not satisfied, you know, and that's important when you're trying to build and yeah. So any
Yeah, we got Josh here. Hello, Josh.
Josh Z.
Just had to confront 2 of my failures as a leader today. I'm better for it, and honestly, so are those who are at the brunt of it.
Yeah, and see, and this is the hard part. This is the hard. That's so hard to do, you know, because and I don't know exactly what it is you're speaking about, but like obviously the people involved. And when you have employees and you have different things, you know, sometimes I have to reel myself back in, and there's been times where I had to, you know, apologize and say, listen, I made a mistake. I did this. And we have to get to that point. It takes a very big, strong person and leader to do those things. A lot of people don't do that. There's plenty of people that own business and do things out there that'll just keep moving, sweep things under the rug, hope people forget about this, let's forget about that, and just let's keep moving. But if you really want to build, you know, that culture and you really want to go to that next level, you have to address it all. You can't sweep things under the rug. And those are that's what's so hard. That's what's so hard. But that's what separates the businesses that are just kind of coasting by and the ones that are coasting up and above them. That's the separation. So going on, Lisa.
All right.
If you're not failing, you're not taking enough risk in growing your company. You can only discover your true potential by entering the discomfort zone, taking a risk and accepting responsibility for the outcome, which includes the occasional failure. Business leaders should encourage the same attitude and action from team members, acknowledge mistakes, but celebrate risk and encourage your employees to keep giving their all. When you have a positive attitude toward failing, everyone on the team will feel freedom to take more chances. You know, and we're talking about accountability at the meeting. You know, we bring in, you know, George is coming in to help with some operational stuff. We want to get more accountable. I want to be held more accountable. I want my team to feel that, listen, we got to be held accountable. And again, it's not a bad thing, because at the end of the day, when I'm looking out into the employees here, into the team members here, into the family as it be, they want more. If we're not accountable to the things that matter, if they're not accountable to what they're doing, if I'm not accountable to what I'm doing, if we're all not accountable to each other, how do we go to the heights that we want to go to?
I was just thinking about that sentence though. Let me see that the book. There's like a few things that are missing from the equation in different organizations. So acknowledge mistakes. I feel like that's the first part, right? Like people acknowledge mistakes, but then they don't celebrate risks or encourage employees to continue giving their all. So when you acknowledge the mistakes, you typically end up feeling like, oh, I'm going to lose my job.
Yeah.
You know, like that's typically the end of the equation.
Right.
So that's why people are so afraid to fail.
Yeah, and when I sit down, we're going to be sitting down this month with everybody one by one, you know, and you know, I don't want to focus on mistakes, and it's not even necessarily that it's mistakes, right? There might be some mistakes, but there's you know, there's things that come up throughout the day. You know, every day's different. We want to address the things that we know need work, right? And we do want to celebrate the things that they're doing right. You know, like, listen, even the things that you would say like, well, they should be doing that anyway. You know, and maybe we all should be doing a lot of things anyway, but that doesn't mean we can't celebrate it. Like coming in every single day, being on time or early every single day, being available to the customer, because it's not just being available to the company, we're being available to the customers. Hey, you know what? It's 3:00. Don't call me after 3:00. Sorry. You know, thankfully we really don't have many guys on this team that's not willing to step up, even at the end of the day after a long day. You know, listen, everybody, there are those few, of course, that are saying, send it to the next guy. I don't want it. And that's fine. There's room for everybody, right? You are who you are. We all move to a different beat. But yeah, I mean, celebrate those things. You know, when we sit down, like, thanks for coming in every day. Thanks for being on time. You know, thanks for understanding the vision. and selling the right part at the right time, because that's what we do. We got to make sure we're being courteous to the customer and saying, hey, listen, we understand that, we're not just going to sell you this thermocouple because that safety valve is going to go. I know it. We got listen. It's $300 now, but you know what? It could save you at dinner service on Friday. If we don't do this all together. Understanding what we're trying to do, and we're trying to. We don't have crystal balls, but we could do things and be proactive. Guys, there are certain guys that are very proactive. Celebrate those things. Don't dwell on all the bad, but bring it up. We got to talk about it. How do we improve it? So there's a lot to be said with that. What do we got?
So Chris Rowling, my dude, he says Elon failed several times with several engineers that told him it couldn't be done. Persistent effort gets results. And before you comment on that, I just have to say that Chris Rowling gives us these one-liners all the time.
Yeah.
And the one that's always stuck with me is 1% every day. Yep. Equals 100% in 100 days. And believe me, Chris, I tell that to myself all the time, especially in my personal life, because I've been working on like home renovations, and it's just like, I'm so tired of it. But I tell myself every day, 1% every day, 100 days, I'll get there.
Yeah. Well, and just to add to that, 1% every day for the next 52 days, or one ticket every day for the next 52 days, fills the room completely at FedCon.
Yeah.
So we need 52 tickets, guys.
Yep.
Let's do it. If you're coming to the conference, we'd be very honored if you advocated for us, reached out to different people, let them know about FedCon, send them to the website. We'll answer any questions that they have. We really want this thing to blow up in the most beautiful, amazing way. So anyway.
I think, you know what? I was going to put up a banner that we needed 52 tickets, but.
Yeah, we can. Learning from your failures also provides valuable feedback, so your team will be better prepared to handle future challenges. Position failures in a way that helps your team discover more about their true talents and where the company's focus should be. Michael Jordan summed it up: I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. So, Michael Jordan.
I have a poster or a frame. What do you consider that?
It's like a canvas art.
Framed canvas art of Michael Jordan in the office. And I might have to add that quote underneath it. It says, some people want it to happen. Some wish it would happen. Others make it happen.
It's all about the doers in life. And, the doers fail the most. They do, and that's it. It's all about taking risks, and you don't have to be a business owner, okay, to take risks. It could be in any aspect of your life that you want to build and grow. There's so much talk with NFTs. Maybe there's a risk to be taken there, right? And getting involved and know more about that, and then maybe investing a little. There could be it could be anything. Maybe the company you're working for. Go to the leaders, go to the management, go to whoever you have to go to, and say, hey, listen, you know what? I'm only doing cooking, but I really want to be a refrigeration tech as well.
Yeah.
How can we make that happen? I want it. That's a risk. Maybe you fail, maybe you don't. But you got to do it. You got to ask for it. You got to put it, you got to manifest it. You got to talk about it. All those things matter. Put it out into the universe. Start talking about it. Opportunity don't just come knocking. That's opportunity knocks, when you're doing. Opportunity happens to the doers. So I would urge everybody as they go into the weekend to think about what risks they could take next week, as early as next week. Write them down, and then come back and tell us next week what risks you're going to start taking. Maybe that risk is coming to Arizona, April 25th to 27th, and coming to FedCon.
What? We actually took a risk today.
We did take a risk today.
We did.
Should we tell them?
Sure.
You sure?
Which one?
Wait till the end of this episode to find out the risk that we have taken. Reeling them in.
We did, though. We took a risk because actually it goes along with what we were talking to Chelsea about yesterday, was the paid ads, and also Jason chiming in about having a strategy for it.
Yes.
So Rich and I took a risk literally probably 2 hours ago.
Not even
2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Where we were like, you know what? Let's experiment here. We're gonna take the risk of losing a few bucks to figure out how we make paid advertising work for us. Yeah.
On LinkedIn.
On LinkedIn specifically.
So never have I ever, we should play that game. Never have I ever put an ad on LinkedIn until today. And we're gonna see we're gonna see where it goes. We're not breaking the bank on it, but we put a few bucks in, and we're gonna test the waters and see what comes back from it. And I'll be happy to report to you what happens from it. I mean, listen, the truth be told, we're looking to promote FedCon, as anybody putting a conference on would want to do, and we're going to see about driving some ticket sales. So who knows? Who knows? I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the next 30 days or the next 3 or 4 weeks or whatever that we're doing it, and we'll report back to you on April 1st.
But hey, it was the conversation that sparked us to take that risk.
Yeah,
it was a conversation that we started in the Fed group on Facebook, and then it led to continuing that conversation with Chelsea.
Yeah.
And thank you, Jason, again for motivating us and supporting us. And he also commented, Rich's risk is eating vegetarian.
I'm not taking that risk.
You should take that risk.
You should. Yeah, I mean, I could probably do it for 30 days.
Yeah, right.
I could. I'm not like, I don't like, so like, I love meat. I need meat. It would be much harder for you to tell me to cut out carbs.
Okay.
Like pizzas and pastas. It's just hard, man.
Imagine if I told you to stop eating eggs.
No, that I can't do. I need my eggs. Yeah. So
comment below. What risk are you going to take?
Yeah, what risks? What's the risks? Well, I mean, listen, we were going to touch on the one before that. Remember the why? I was going to touch a little bit on that too.
FYI. Oh, Jason says, FYI, I have a great SEO and engagement link for Marketing Tip Monday. Stay tuned.
Ooh, so should we tell everybody to get over to the Fed group for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Go to the Food Equipment Digital Disruptors on Facebook. Join the community for free. We got lots of engagement and lots of stuff going on over there. I had a big one this morning talking about tools for technicians. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not.
So,
because the algorithm isn't pushing it to me for something.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? But one of the things, I want our company to be the best of the best. Okay. I want to provide and give to our employees more and better than any other company. I do. So as we look to continue to develop these things, and I have some pretty cool things that are going to happen upstairs. I didn't even tell you about that.
Uh-oh.
I mean, listen, they're not like unbelievably amazing and crazy, but it's just something that we're going to start doing here for the team. Oh yeah, that's one of them. That's one of them. There's something else too. Yeah, so I'm gonna put the birthday tree up so everybody gets a gift on their birthday, whatever that might be. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. So we want to make sure that, like, technicians are coming in, right? We're always adding new technicians to the team, whether we're finding them from trade schools or high schools and training them, or people coming from the industry knocking on the door saying, "Hey, I heard great things. I've been watching you on LinkedIn. I've been watching this. Tell me more. Think I want to join." Like, that's happening too. Okay. We're in talks with another technician. Hopefully, I mean, that's probably going to pop. We're going to get that going. We're going to keep building the crew. I mean, it's important. So offering the best of the best. So I'm talking about tools, and oftentimes, like, listen, if you guys want a tool, I'd be like, just let me know what it is, and we'll discuss it. But I'm kind of like, I wanted to understand or know what other companies are doing for technicians and tools. What do you expect technicians to come on board with? And what do you believe that the company should pay for?
Okay. Yeah, that's actually a great conversation.
Yeah, and I'm getting a lot of good insight. Something came up with a Sawzall, the other day. Tech One. I'm like, listen, I told my sister, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, gotta get it for them. And listen, these are wear and tear things. There's blades. They're using it to cut, shafts off of motors. They're using it for all kinds of different things. So, where is that line and stuff like that? But I have an idea of stuff that I want to do for tools, like flow analyzers that we'll definitely pay for. Recovery pumps, all those big things. Obviously, we're going to pay for. But where does that line run? I mean, I would imagine that technicians. I feel like technicians' tools like a baseball player's bat, right? Wouldn't you want your own tools that you use, that you're manipulating? You're like, I don't know. I feel like if I was a technician, I would definitely want my own hand tools. But like some of that bigger ticket stuff, I would say, you know what, they should provide me with this and this and this, and I agree, because it's the cost of us being in business. It shouldn't be on them. So, especially when we could use these specialty tools that we could, you're billing stuff back to the customer. Like if you're using those blades, I mean, we got to account for that.
Yeah.
So that was a great conversation. So head on over to Facebook and jump on in. And if you're here watching, feel free to tell us what your thoughts are on what a service company should provide their technicians in the tool aspect. And there's other things that we could discuss further down the line, because there's a lot of things that I want to wrap my head around and continue to bring more and more and more here. We pay for pants and boots every year. I give a $200 allotment to every technician every year. Go buy your pants, go buy some new boots, whatever you need. $200 every year that re-ups. And so we do that. There's a lot of different things that we bring to the table. I don't want to nickel and dime our guys. I don't want to nickel and dime any of our employees. I want them to feel like they can come to me or any of us and not feel like, can I ask you a question? Like just let's just talk. Don't feel bad about nothing. If it's something that we can do, or then we will. If it's like crazy, it's like then that's a different story.
So Jesse shared one of his risks. He
Okay.
said, Ghost Repair's risk, Orlando expansion.
Hey, listen, that's big. It's probably scary, and you're probably saying, what if we fail? What if we fail? What if you don't? What if you make it?
Literally where you were with a New York expansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing. Listen, we started out with 3 guys on the takeover. We now have 5. We're gonna keep building it. We have a good customer core base that we're building on. There's a lot of things happening. And listen, if you think we haven't had bumps in the road and hiccups over in the New York side, believe me, we have. It's gonna happen. Don't let that discourage you from keeping moving. And if maybe it's a customer that you had that's like, hey, listen, we're not gonna use it. Listen, not every customer is gonna be meant to be with you forever. There could be reasons for that. Sometimes we part ways with the customer. Sometimes the customer parts ways with us. Keep moving. Keep looking ahead. Focus on the people that matter. Focus on the people that want to be your partner, that you want to partner with. Focus on that. Give your energy to that stuff. That's my advice to you if you're going into Orlando. And I think you can crush it. Look at think of like the differentiators. What do you bring to the table? Focus on those differentiators, man. That's what you need to do. What's your warranty like versus what other companies' warranties are like? Talk about the training. Talk about the warranty. Talk about, like for us, talking about care levels, promoting Malachi Cares and putting all these things. And I'm not even done putting out what the care levels are here. Like, provide things to customers, show you care, show up, respond. Let me tell you something. Response is a very, very big thing. So many people fail at the response. You got to answer the phone. You got to answer the email. You got to answer the text. You got to be there for the people. If you're there and they can count on you, trust me, leaps and bounds, you will make strides in Orlando.
All right. So, Rich, does that wrap up our Friday?
Sure. We could wrap up the Friday there. Any plans for the weekend?
I think I'm going to go get some ramen this evening.
Ooh, little ramen action.
Little ramen action.
Some pho?
No pho. I've never had pho.
Pho?
I've never had
pho.
pho.
I love pho.
You love pho?
I love pho.
I really don't believe that you've ever had pho.
I have.
Yeah, right.
I went in Key West.
Oh, yes.
I had it. I went to a place called Me So Happy, and it was freaking delicious. And I love putting they have these fresh jalapenos, this like chili oil. Oh my God.
Believe it or not, I'm tired of pizza. Like,
I'm a little tired of pizza too, to be honest with you.
Just over pizza, and I'm moving into just eating, Asian cuisine.
Well, guess what? There's that new place on downtown Jersey City. Right next, like I think in between the Ashford and Porta.
Oh, that Thai place is really good. I've been there.
You been?
Yes, very good.
Do they have pho?
They do not, but it's BYOB.
Oh.
It's a Thai place.
I don't like BYOB.
Pho is Vietnamese.
Pho that. Forget that.
Hello, Ben. Look at this. Ben and Jesse, they're on here on the live.
Ooh,
together.
what's Ben got?
So Ben says hand tools the tech should have with them. Any hand tools the tech should have with them. Any specialty tools supplied by employer. Hand tool replacement is good for the tech too if something breaks, if they show up with their own.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's where a lot of the conversation. If you go check it out, a lot of the things do revolve. If it fits in your tool bag, the tech should have that. Anything outside that, like meters and different things like that, the company should be providing.
Gotcha.
So we're going to redesign a lot of the stuff. There's going to be a lot of redesign work here as we look to put forth greater things for the people. Because like I always say, it shouldn't just be a business. It shouldn't just be a company. Anyone could go work at just a company.
Yeah.
Or just a business. It's got to be more than that. So we're gonna continue to be there and to back our people, whatever they need. So yeah. So back to pho as we end. I definitely think now that you're saying that, I think where can I get some good pho? Ani ramen?
No, that's not. That's different.
Oh,
Ramen is Japanese.
but they have Ani
pho.
ramen does have that. I had it there
No,
once.
ramen.
What's is that? Is that what the bowl is?
Ramen.
The bowl
Yes.
with like the udon noodles or the
That's
other ones?
ramen.
Okay.
All right, everyone. I gotta go and educate Rich on
I
all the
don't-
differences here.
I never really ate any of this before, but I like it with the egg in it. You know.
That's ramen.
Okay, so I want some ramen.
So, do you remember the place that we had gone to in New York?
That was good.
Yes, that's ramen. So Charlie has a question before we log off here.
Yeah.
Charlie says, "What do you think of the Pentair purchase of Manitowoc?"
Yeah, I saw that. I think it's just another interesting merger there. I mean, listen, it makes sense on some levels of as far as the ice machines, filtration, water quality. I mean, it all makes sense. So I don't know if I have much to say on it. It's just another merger, and it's not really going to affect my business or what we do here. I don't know. I don't know if that affects, because Charlie's in the water filtration business. He's in ice. He's in all that stuff. I don't know if what that would do for you guys. If that let me know, Charlie, if that means anything to you guys. But yeah, it was one of those things. The industry's continuing to evolve,
Yeah.
right? There's mergers and acquisitions happening almost every day at this point, it seems. But it's one of those things that does make sense when you look at ice and water quality and all that stuff. I think that it's a good marriage. I can't see how that would be it's a win-win, if you ask me. I guess that's my only really
And
2
Charlie
cents.
said, "Pho is so good. Big fan."
Ah.
So it looks like we know what you're gonna have for dinner today.
I don't know. It's not up to me. Not up to me.
So I'll tell Jenny.
She loves all that though. She loves that more than I do. But yeah, where can I go get some? I can go to Ani Ramen then.
I'll off air. I'll tell you some good places.
Okay. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, by the way, I'm also going to go see Vic DiBitetto this weekend for my comedy show.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm going to see my mom. I'm going to go spend the night with her tomorrow.
Aww.
So, hey, if you're out there, make sure when you're done with this live, call or text your mom and tell you love her.
I do that all the time.
Me too, but I want to remind you all. Do that now. We're taking this live down. Appreciate you all for joining. Go out there and take risks. Don't be afraid to fail. It's how we grow. Have a great weekend. Make it count.
And text your mom.
And text your mom. See you on Monday.